Hello everybody, it's the March 2025 garden update, and as you can see, things are really beginning to grow. Over the past weekend I worked on the herb bed and kind of replaced some plants that are no longer with us and added some new labels to make it a lot easier to see what I've got going here. I haven't done much with this section yet. Haven't seen the citronella plants on sale yet. Unfortunately, looks like I lost a hollyhock plant. Fortunately, there's a bunch of seedlings right there I can transfer over there. I also put some seed in that pot I saved from last year. And then get the one more citronella plant over there. This is how the flower bed by the lean-to is looking. Put my marigolds in there like I do every year. Replace the soaker hose. There's the new section there. So I got full water once again. Also starting to work on the solar lights. We'll do the patio opening series pretty soon. Here's a look at the ground cover. That deep freeze we had sure did bite it back a little bit, but I think it's going to be all right. Hadn't needed the AC yet, however I've done the spring maintenance on it, so that video's been recorded and will be uploaded probably sometime next month. Then look at that ground cover with the new soaker hose, and then I can fill that in a little bit there where it's lacking. Now let's take a look at the test bed. It's doing pretty well. I think some plants I planted last year are not going to come back. However, some of them are, and I've added a couple of new ones here and there. That Turk's Cap plant's coming out nicely. I don't think that salvia is going to come back out. That one is, though. Not seeing, oh yeah, I'm seeing some signs of life there from that Turk's Cap plant. Very good. And then the begonias and the coleus by my workshop again. And then some of the coneflower plants. Good to see those coming out. And then I can't remember what that is now, but that doesn't look like it's going to come back out. So I will probably not get those again. Try something else. Here's what this section of the garden is looking like. Got some mustard, various lettuces. On the trellis, I've got some cucumbers planted, hadn't sprouted yet. Of course, there's my carrots on that first row in from the onions. And then I've got my beans planted. That'll be a time-lapse video of that. And then I put my marigolds here like I typically do. I'm going to expand my irrigation to accommodate watering these plants. Here's a look at my tomato plants. Another one there. I've got marigolds and basil planted around each plant. Here's what the onions are looking like. They are really doing well. And then we can take a look at the lettuce from this side. Going to have to thin that just a bit. Got some pepper plants. Look at all the asparagus coming out today. Have to cut that in a little while. But yeah, these onions are doing wonderful. I've got some spinach planted here, squash planted in the middle there, and more lettuce on that inside row. Got some honeydew melons planted here to grow up this trellis. Then of course my garlic's doing great. And more tomatoes here on the end. No sign of life from the 4 o'clocks just yet. Here's this asparagus bed. Got some to cut here as well. Let's take a look at the broccoli patch. Got some to pick there too. Got cabbage, peppers. On this row here, got a lot of potatoes coming up now. Detail of that. Hopefully those will work. Now let's look at the flower bed on the south side of the house. I had dug out all the grass, so I thought earlier, but of course there's still some coming up, so I'm just going to have to spot treat them. The iris are coming out strong. I have got some volunteers coming up here and there. Some marigolds here. And some zinnias, and I scattered a bunch more seed here the other day. The St. Joseph lilies are getting ready to bloom. That's good to see. The daffodils are looking pretty good. Always good to see those. The tropicals are starting to sprout, so that's fantastic. I'm beginning to see some signs of life from the yellow flower bed. And this front flower bed's looking good. Starting to see some signs of life. I'll get my pentas that I put out here in the spring every year. They just hadn't been put out for sale just yet. The unimus bushes are coming back around. Just takes them a little while. I'm going to put some fertilizer on them. They'll be all right. Lots of buds and new growth coming out. They should be just fine. Here's hanging basket number 1. All this will grow up and look much better. When the caladiums come on for sale, I will add some of those to the mix. And the same thing here with hanging basket number 2. I've been putting some work into the flower bed by the mailbox. It's looking pretty good. Take a look at this side. See it blooming a little better. So that's going to be pretty nice. Got some petunias and snapdragons in there. I have begun working in the flower bed in the middle of the front yard. Got a few things planted here and there. Waiting on the hummingbird bush or the fire bush to sprout, see what that's going to do. Looks like all my daylilies have come up. And amaryllis are starting to come up. And I have put in some of my annuals that I do every year. And then when budget allows, I'll work on the back side of it. Just have to do a little bit at a time. Let's take a look at the north flower bed. Got some activity here. Those Asian lilies are sprouting, and amaryllis and various things. The bearded iris are coming out. Putting a few begonias in here. I'll add to that when budget allows. Hopefully I'm going to get some iris blooms this year. Didn't have very many last year. They're looking quite healthy though right now. And then the discount flower bed, or the clearance flower bed, some of the stuff I got for cheap last year is coming back out, so that's awesome to see. The lawn is beginning to come out of dormancy. In the front yard, I've already scalped it. Got a little bit more work to do on the lawnmower for it to be up and running 100%. But there's a detail of what the grass is looking like. A little greener each day. Hopefully we start getting some rain, or I don't have to depend on the sprinkler system 100%. There's the south side of the lawn. Also greening up slowly and steadily. Let's take a look at the backyard from this angle. Looking pretty good. Grass is coming out of dormancy. So hopefully we start getting our spring rains, because once again I don't want to depend on the sprinkler system too much, that gets pretty expensive too. But we'll just do the best we can with whatever Mother Nature throws us. I'm going to try some dried molasses on the lawn this year, see what that does for it. Get some microbial activity going. And we'll take a look from this angle. So once again, the March 2025 garden update. Thank you for watching.